This CCTV footage captures the moments immediately after the brutal murder of 31-year-old Michael Agater. But as they dig deeper, even more chilling footage surfaces, one that will directly expose the killer's deadly plan from the very beginning.
All I know is I was sitting in the living room with my aunt, and all I heard was pop, pop, pop.
On December 16, 2016, at 2:28 p.m., the Maricopa Police Dispatch in Arizona receives an unsettling 911 call, one that'll immediately set off alarms.
City Maricopa Police Department?
I know this is out of work, but I had to come through that because I'll out of state call. I've got my aunt on the line. We've got our cousin. My aunt was on the phone with him, and then there was 3 loud booms.
The caller and his cousin were reportedly on the line with their aunt when sharp gunshots rang out, so fearing their safety, they urgently dialed 911. Responding to the call, officers rushed to the scene where neighbors were already out witnessing the worst.
Hi there. Is everybody okay? All right. So what's going on?
I guess and shot and
Where was the shot at? Right over here?
Upon reaching the scene, they notice a gray car parked inside the open garage, suggesting that the driver might still be inside. With growing concern, officers quickly move to investigate the vehicle. The discovery that follows turns every second into a race against time.
613, we got a subject shot in this vehicle. We need to roll here quick. Hey man, you with me? Hey man, stay with me, buddy. Stay with me, buddy.
Inside the car, the scene is horrifying. The man is slumped over, phone clutched in his hand, and severely wounded with multiple gunshot injuries. One of the gunshots pierced right at the center of his skull, while the other 2 struck in his upper back, indicating that the man was no professional shooter, but a clumsy, inexperienced assailant.
And they observed there was no aid that could be rendered that would successfully bring him back. This person was deceased.
Meanwhile, a team of officers moves to secure the scene. With their weapons drawn, they cautiously comb through the house, hoping to ensure that there are no active threats lying in wait for them.
Yep. I got the back door.
What we don't know is anyone else injured in the house? Is there a suspect in the house that is armed, could come out at any moment?
Good. I'm a hospital ready up. Who's for me? No, nothing behind you. You see that one? Stand by the foot. Clear. Roll.
Inside the house, officers find nothing. But by the time the search is over, Sergeant Michael Dennison arrives at the scene to begin the investigation and starts by looking for clues that might identify the victim.
Okay, I got you. Yes. Anyone that comes into this place, walk up this side of the driveway. Okay?
There's 3 holes in the back window here. Tell us. You can tell us that would make this a lot easier. We haven't gone through anything yet. We figured this was our crime scene. I've got his wallet here.
The ID card inside the wallet reveals the victim's identity, 31-year-old Michael Agater. He had just arrived at his house and parked his car in the garage while on a call with his sister, Marley Agater, when tragedy struck. This tells the officers that the violent execution took place just seconds before Michael could detect any threat. Upon further investigation, they find 3 bullet holes in the rear windshield, suggesting the killer had crept up behind Michael's car and opened fire. Officers also recover 3 shell casings and find a muddy footprint just outside the house. After gathering all the evidence, they canvass the neighborhood to see if anyone in the area might have heard or seen the horrors unfolding. But getting a clear account from the witnesses is going to be easier said than done.
Was anybody out? Who was out here? Okay. Did you see anybody in it all? Male, female?
Wearing all black clothes. I barely
Did
caught
you tell it was a male?
Yeah, it was a male.
A male wearing all black
Yeah.
clothes? Did you see like Hispanic, white?
Those are kind of mixed, like Hispanic, white. Like female.
Okay. Did you see like age range at all? Can you tell?
For several minutes, the neighbors keep providing vague descriptions of the suspect, some saying it was a female and others affirming it was a white 6-foot-tall male. But none of them can agree on who they had actually seen until a woman turns up with a lead that could prove to be a game changer for the case.
All right. What did you see happen?
All I know is I was sitting in the living room with my aunt, and all I heard was pop, 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 like 3 times. I came out, and not after I came out, I looked over because I thought it was our neighbor. They pounded on our neighbor's thing. And then the next thing you know, it was a newer model white van. I didn't catch a license plate. I wish I did. But
Did you see any letters, any numbers?
I didn't see
Okay.
any numbers, but all I saw was this thing door wide open, the slider door was open, and this thing kicking off, and he went that way, and that's the last time I saw the van.
With the neighbor's confession, a crucial clue emerges. A white van bolting away just seconds after 3 sharp cracks of gunshots. This information sets the investigation in motion as officers head straight to Michael's house to look for any CCTV evidence. They are just a step away from finding out who the killer is.
I got a camera on the house, so we're going to try to see if there's anything on the camera, if it's an active camera or not. Let's see.
Soon they discover a camera facing west of the driveway and the main street of the house. In no time, the officers collect the footage to review it. What they find will stop them cold.
We see an individual run towards Michael's front of his home, his garage, step into really a mud puddle in between the 2 homes. Leave frame, which was right in front of the garage, it was no more than a few seconds, and that person was running back towards the white minivan. Step back into the puddle, runs to the white minivan, and gets in the car, and then drives eastbound out of the subdivision.
Instantly, officers know what to look for next. The message is circulated around the city to tighten security at every traffic signal. No white van can now pass without a thorough security check. Just then, in an area close to the crime scene, Patrol Officer Daniel Roach notices a white van speeding past his vehicle. Believing it to be the fleeing suspect, he immediately pursues and pulls it over.
How you guys doing? Good. Do you have your license on you?
Yeah.
Where you guys coming from?
Our radiation appointment.
Okay. Where's that at? If you don't mind me asking. Okay. The reason I'm stopping you, you guys didn't do anything wrong, okay? We just had a call, some shots fired, and a Dodge Caravan leaving the area down by the entrance of the city, so... X-ray, I believe I'm code 4. Occupied times 2 101s, but doesn't fit the description given.
It turns out that the women were just on their way home and had absolutely no connection to Michael's murder. Ultimately, the officer lets them go. Officers realize that identifying the killer isn't as easy as it seems. The figure was clad in black, making it nearly impossible even to tell whether they're chasing a male or a female. With little to go on, they decide to turn back to CCTV once again, looking for the smallest clue that might hint at the identity of the suspect. In the process, one thing that stands out is the white van at the scene. Officers recover the vehicle's number plate, a lead that could tear the case wide open. Tracing it leads investigators to its registered owner, a woman named Michelle. With a new name now tied to the case, police reach out to her over the phone, but her answers only raise more questions.
We did license plate reader checks, got a hit on your van. How come your van was seen in Maricopa?
I don't go to Maricopa. I have no reason to go to Maricopa.
Hate to say, but you don't accidentally end up in Maricopa by going to Tucson.
When Michelle denies that her van was in Maricopa, the cops show her the CCTV footage. Seeing her van 91 miles from her city, she's stunned. Trying to make sense of it, she mentions someone linked to that place, Catherine Sinkovich, her co-worker, whom she also identifies as Michael's ex-girlfriend. The moment police hear the name, they press Michelle for more details. And what she reveals next twists the investigation in an unexpected direction.
I totally thought she took my van down there.
Was it common for Catherine to borrow your vehicle without your permission?
No.
Okay. On the day of the incident, did you drive her to work? Did you guys carpool?
No.
Okay. But how about on the day of the 16th, that Friday? Because you went and got lunch.
Yeah, I went and got lunch myself and I asked her if she wanted to come. She said she wasn't up to it. She had brought her lunch. So I just went by myself.
Can you think of anything that you think we should know that I haven't asked you?
No, everything I know you guys told me.
To know more about Michael and Catherine's connection, they tracked down Michael's former roommate, Chris, whose account shapes the case in a way no one saw coming.
We lived in Tempe together. Catherine was not truly a roommate, but she was going out with him all the time, and she basically lived with us. And she was just about to move in when we had a big fight. She physically beat the hell out of him, and that was the end of it. Then, of course, the kid is she's pregnant, so she was going to be giving birth to this child, which she just did about a month ago. She says, no, it's not his, but of course he's like, well, you're not going to come to me whenever down the road and say it's mine. Then I got to pay for it, so let's find out for sure. So we had a lawyer, and the lawyer got a paternity suit. They just did that on last week. She needs to, no offense, cry. I hope we have a death penalty here. I've never said that before, but I hope she tries. This guy was a great goddamn guy.
As Chris speaks, the police sense the red flags rising. Chris reveals several reasons that point to Catherine as a suspect. Not only was her relationship with Michael toxic, but she had also allegedly tried to harm him numerous times before his death, once directly hinting at her narcissistic behavior. She had hit him on multiple occasions, stolen their dog after the breakup, and he'd even had a protection order filed against her. To make matters worse for Michael, she turns out to be pregnant with his child. Then, not long after, Michael's garage mysteriously went up in flames, a grim sign of how far things had spiraled. Detectives are now sure that they're heading in the right direction. If Catherine used her co-worker's car for the murder, they might be able to find something on her office's CCTV cameras. For that, they immediately contact her employer and review the footage. And what appears on the screens stuns them, finally revealing the lead they've been desperately searching for.
Was less than a minute after the coworker sits down to eat in the break room, Catherine's exiting the building. A minute after that, I see a van leave the business parking lot. And then about 3 hours later, I see the van return. Catherine then enters the building through a side door.
The moment the cops review the surveillance footage, they move to seize Michelle's van, and upon searching inside, they uncover physical evidence that promises a breakthrough. A muddy shoe print matching the killer stepping into a puddle while escaping as seen on CCTV, and a black sweatshirt identical to the one the killer wore in the footage. All this damning evidence points to only one person, Catherine. And with it comes the question that haunts the cops. What drove her to commit such a violent act? As they dig deeper, they come across a shocking chain of events. After giving birth in October 2016, Catherine faced a legal battle when Michael went to court to claim his parental rights. She denied he was the father, forcing a DNA test. In a chilling twist, the day Michael was shot was the very day he returned after providing that sample. Armed with these findings, the cops zero in on her as their prime suspect. They move quickly to make the arrest, unaware that the hardest part lies ahead.
Police search warrant! Anybody inside? Shut the door now! Right. Here, ready? Look. Ready? It's out, okay. All right, come back. Ready? Okay, looks like we got a two doorway to the here, so I'm gonna cover you, Marcus. Small room. Ready to get this?
It seems Catherine is one step ahead. She's already gone. But in her haste, she leaves behind the packaging of a new phone, a clear sign that she's now on the run with a new means of communication. With this clue in hand, the police trace the packaging and identify that Catherine's new number is registered under her sister's name. Suspecting she might be hiding there, they rush to her sister's house, but what awaits will leave them even more puzzled.
Police department. Hi, how are you? We talked on the phone a minute ago. So, obviously, I shared with you the seriousness of what we're looking into, so that's why we're out here. We're trying to check off and make sure that she's not here. How you doing, sir?
Great. Money is looking around me. Walk out.
Okay. Anyone else now besides you two?
Nope. I mean, my daughter and dog. Come on, go. I gotta work tomorrow. I got nothing to do with this.
Stop.
I have nothing to do with this. Come on in. Come around.
Well, we're not going to do it on
Sure. You said we can walk to the house if you guys want to come around.
Catherine's sister lets the police search the entire house, but there's no sign of her. With every lead hitting a dead end, the investigators turn to Catherine's current boyfriend, hoping he might hold a clue, either to her whereabouts or to the case itself. But his answer opens the door to something much darker.
I think it was back in October, November.
Okay.
Met on a dating site. Went on a few dates.
In October, it wasn't too long that, well, basically, was she still pregnant?
No, I think she already had the child. I think he was a few months old, maybe. I knew she had a child when we first started talking, but it surprised me that it was that young.
Did she talk to you about the relationship of the child's father or anything like that?
I know there was they had kind of a bad ending from her point of view. Walked. And then I think they were talking about custody. I'll tell you this, the one night I was at her house, I noticed she gave me files, and I think I handled it.
Okay. And that's fine. That's actually, thank you.
I don't recall the maker model. I know it was a cheaper brand of manufacturer.
Catherine's boyfriend admits she owns a gun and had even shown it to him once. Yet, despite this revelation, the police are no closer to finding her. Just when the investigation seems to go cold, a sudden call turns everything upside down. One of Catherine's friends contacts the authorities, saying she's on her way to his place. He decides to inform the police because she warned him not to look into Michael's death, a warning so odd he felt he had no choice but to alert the authorities immediately. Acting quickly, the cops rush to the location in the hopes of apprehending Catherine and ending the investigation once and for all.
Where is Catherine? Where's Catherine? Hey, we are investigating a homicide that just happened, okay? So understand that. We're not going to take anything lightly right now. Okay. So we need... Where is she? Is she going to run out the back? Where is Catherine? Where in the house?
Johnny got one something to you. Just one to your right, one to your right. Catherine, is that you? Come on out here, nice and slow. Turn around, stop, turn around. Walk towards my boy. Put your hands behind your head. Do that.
Anybody else can tell?
Finally, the cops get their hands on Catherine, but there's something deeply unsettling about her. No remorse, no fear, no guilt. Even as she's arrested and taken away, she shows no emotion about leaving her child behind. After taking Catherine into custody, the cops bring her in for interrogation, unaware that the next moments will test them like never before.
Yes.
So, why don't you tell us what you've done, starting with when you were put? Yeah, got the baby, let's pick up the baby. you dropped off the baby? Where did you drop off the baby? What time did you get to work?
8 o'clock.
What time did you get off work?
5.
Okay. Did you have a lunch break?
No.
No lunch break?
I work through my lunches almost every day.
During interrogation, Catherine coldly insists she never left the building on the day of the murder and even claims she didn't have lunch, a lie the cops can disprove in an instant. She sits there, stone-faced and unnervingly calm, as if the gravity of the situation means nothing to her. Yet, despite her eerie composure, the cops push relentlessly, desperate to break through her wall of lies.
Catherine, do you need something to wake up here?
I'm usually to bed at 9 o'clock.
Okay, didn't answer the question. Do you need something to wake up?
No, I need sleep.
Yeah, we all would like to have some sleep, but unfortunately there was a homicide in our town. And unfortunately we have video, what appears to be you at the scene of that homicide.
Alright, well then, I don't know what else to tell you.
Nothing seems to work on Catherine. She appears so unbothered that the cops try to see if she feels even a shred of concern for the crime she's involved in. But her response chills them to the core, revealing just how detached she truly is.
Do you even want to know who was killed today?
The lawyer.
What does that mean?
Give me a lawyer.
Give you a lawyer?
Yeah, I don't want to speak to you guys anymore.
Even though Catherine refuses to cooperate, the cops have enough evidence to build a strong case. On May 7, 2019, the jury finds her guilty of first-degree murder, and she's sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Later, the court officially confirms that Michael was indeed the child's father, and following this, Michael's family is given custody of the child.